welcome back to Spirit Yoga with Tina. I'm Tina and I'm super excited to be bringing this class to you. This class is all about yoga for quieting the mind. So, of course, like I like to mention at the beginning of each class, sometimes it really helps to set up the atmosphere, so feel free to perhaps have some warm candles going. You can bring in some blankets. Do anything here that will make your class feel extra comfortable, cozy, and relaxing for yourself. Sometimes a warm beverage is nice, or even a bottle of water nearby. So, once you get everything sorted, I probably will start the class with a blanket. Feel free to have some yoga blocks just to use in case you would like them. If you don't have yoga blocks, no worries. You can probably do most of the poses without blocks today, or another option is to use soup cans or a stack of books. Just make sure, of course, if you're using either, that it's nice and stable for yourself. So yeah, I'll see you back here. Alright, so you can bring your blanket in here, or if you have a bolster, feel free to sit up on that. Begin to make yourself nice and comfortable. I'm going to be starting in cross-legged, but of course if that's not comfortable for the knees or at any time, feel free to just send the legs out nice and straight as well. So I invite you to begin to settle into your class here today. Sitting up nice and tall. Begin to relax your shoulders down and away from the ears. Really just take a moment to notice your breath. So perhaps taking nice full inhales and exhales. Beginning to soften through the body here today, relaxing the muscles a bit as we come into this pose to begin our practice. And option here to bring the hands together at the chest and begin to just slowly bow the head down. Noticing the connection between both hands here. Quieting the mind can sometimes be a challenge with the busyness of every day, conversations, interactions. So wherever you are, I invite you to just begin to notice any of the thoughts that are swirling around in your mind here. But see if you can take a look at those thoughts from the point of an observer. So not having any attachment or judgment to the thoughts that pop into your head, but just noticing the ones that are there. And then actively trying to release those thoughts from your mind for a little bit here. So noticing and then just releasing. And I always like to picture a trapdoor at the top of the head where the thoughts can just disappear. out for a little bit. Feel your body rise and fall against your hands. Simplicity, patience, compassion. These three are your greatest treasures. Simple in actions and thoughts. You return to the source of being, so your true self, patient with both friends and enemies. You accord with the way things are. Compassionate toward yourself. You reconcile all beings in the world. Some of you might notice that or recognize that quote. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate your mind on the present moment. Another quote that's just a really good reminder sometimes. I invite you to take a nice full deep breath in through your nose and let it all out through your mouth. We'll do one more nice big full breath, just like that. Big inhale in, big exhale out. You can begin to lift your head here. We're going to make our way all the way over to our tabletop position from here. So you can set your blanket aside here or fold it and keep it underneath the knees. So whatever feels good for you today. We're going to bring the hands and wrists directly underneath our shoulders. Knees are going to be directly underneath the hips. And then just take a look back to see if your toes are in line with your knees here. So as we bring our hands into this foundation pose, we're going to imagine that we're rotating the hands so that we get a nice rotation through the shoulders, but the hands aren't actually going to move. So just a nice little practice is to turn the hands down. So this is a what you're imagining you're going to do here on the ground. So when you bring the hands down, we're going to do that same rotation with the arms, except we're just going to keep the hands nice and still. So pressing into all 10 digits, begin to find that rotation. Feel the shoulder blades wrap around your back. Begin to press away from the ground. Take a moment here to notice how this feels. And from here, we're going to begin to soften the belly and inhale to look all the way up towards the ceiling. We're just going to notice what this pose feels like here today. Really connecting to your body in this practice, your breath, big exhale to round through the spine. Allow the top of the head to lower towards the ground. Press away from the ground. around here. Drawing the navel up towards the spine. And imagining the spine attached to a thread here as you draw the center of your back all the way up towards the ceiling. From here we're going to do one more big inhale to come into our cow pose. Big exhale to round through the spine and come back to your cat. And from here you can make your way all the way back to a nice neutral position. We're going to walk the hands all the way back. Take a moment to tuck the toes. Find a nice big stretch for the feet here. And then if this is uncomfortable, feel free to untuck the toes as well, no worries. We'll place the right fingertips on the ground. As we inhale, send our left hand all the way up here. Big exhale, we're going to arch over to the right side, gently pulling the thumb back. Palm can come to the ground. And we're still connecting to your core, drawing our navel in towards our spine. Feeling a nice stretch from the tip of the fingers all the way down to that left hip. Nice. From here, big exhale to sweep it all the way back down and come upright. Again, I can untuck your toes at any time here. Big inhale to send the right fingertips all the way up, lift and lengthen through the spine. Big exhale over to the other side. Hugging that lower rib cage and navel in. One more breath here. And begin to press into the palm and sweep the right hand all the way back down. Nice. Option to tap the toes here again if you'd like. We're just going to gently rotate the shoulders. Nice. And from here, we're going to make our way all the way to standing, so you can untap the toes. Begin to come all the way up to a mountain pose. So we're going to bring our feet just a little closer than hip distance apart today. We'll begin to activate through the feet by imagining we're ripping the ground apart with the feet. So we're going to get a nice rotation up through the legs, upper rotation. And then we're zipping up through the midline, lifting up through the sternum and grounding down through the back section. Palms can face forward here. And then begin to bring your pelvic floor into this stance of tightening through the abdominals and the pelvic floor here, connecting to your core. Awesome. Then from here, we're just going to send the arms out nice and wide, and we're going to open up towards the left. Inhale back through center, exhale to the other side. Continue to move here, inhale, and then exhale. Nice, we'll do one more on each side. Awesome. From here we're going to take a nice big wide blanket stance. So bring your feet wider than shoulder distance, toes are going to point towards the edge of your mat here. Take a moment to lift up through the sternum. You can close your eyes here, soften your gaze. Take a big inhale in. And then when you're ready, big exhale, you're going to hinge at your hips and begin to fold towards the ground. Let your hands follow down the legs or towards the ground here. And if you can touch the ground, you can walk the hands gently back between the legs. Your choice. Begin to perhaps nod the head yes or no, loosening up any tension throughout the back of the neck. Notice your breath in this pose. Nice full deep breaths. Letting everything go here. Option to take a full breath in and let it out through the mouth. Begin to bring the hands in front of the body and slowly roll all the way back up to standing. Take a moment to lift the shoulders up to the ears and down and back. And bring the hands to the hips, step the feet together, and we're going to take a big step towards the top of the mat. You can bring your blocks to either side here, just in case you would like them today. We're going to bend through the knees, sweep the hands all the way up, big inhale. Draw the palms together up overhead, and exhale, prayer fold all the way down to the ground. Take a moment here in forward fold once more. A different variations here. Perhaps noticing sensations through the legs, the back. Still trying to create that outer rotation through the legs like we did in mountain pose. Inhale to lift up halfway, hug the elbows into the side of the body and extend the head forward. And big exhale to fold back down to the ground. If your hands are on blocks here, we're going to step the right foot back, lower the back knee, untuck the toes. And from here, we're going to begin to walk the left foot out a little bit towards the left side of the mat. Toes can spill off the side of the mat here. And then just take a moment to perhaps walk the back knee back. Just notice what it feels like in this pose. Option to come down onto the elbows, walking the butt out a little bit more perhaps. Your choice here. Other option is to be up on blocks. We're just allowing the hips to lower towards the ground. Here we're going to begin to send the hips back, so coming up onto the hands if you're lower. We'll bring the blocks to the outside and bring that left leg all the way back to meet the right. And from here, we're going to shift to our belly. So we're going to do that same rotation through the arms. We're going to hug the elbows into the side of the body as we come all the way down. Big inhale to rise up into Cobra Pose, pressing away. And then exhale back down. From here, we're going to slide the hands forward, bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Same thing, we're going to activate through our hands, our forearms, as we begin to imagine we're ripping the mat apart with the forearms. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Extend through the back of the neck, tuck the chin slightly. Coming into our Sphinx pose here. From here, you can bring your elbows out wide, press into the palms, and we'll send it all the way into a nice big child's pose, melting the head and chest towards the ground. Allowing your head to rest on your mat or floor. And bringing your awareness to your breath, your body. Letting everything else slip away for this moment. Focusing on your present moment. Noticing the sensation or feeling of your mat or ground on your hand. Feeling the body expand as you breathe. Allowing yourself to relax into this pose. And perhaps elongating the breath here, taking deeper inhales and exhales. From here, you can begin to raise the body, make your way all the way back to your tabletop position. Find that nice rotation of the arms, tuck the toes. And when you're ready, taking all the way up to a nice big down dog. So big inhale to lift the hips up high to the ceiling, and then exhale to send them back. And then take a moment to just pedaling up the feet here. And you can begin to make your way, walking or hopping all the way to the top of your yoga mat to find your forward fold. Exhale. Here we'll inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, back down. Bend through the knees, sweep the hands all the way up. Reach up here, draw the palms together. Big exhale, forward fold, back down. Inhale, lift up halfway, hug the elbows into the side of the body, extend your head forward. And exhale all the way back. From here, you can have your blocks again if you need. Inhale to step the left leg back. We're going to lower the back knee and untuck the toes. Coming into this pose on the other side. So again, notice how it feels for you. You might want to go a little less or a little deeper on this side into the pose. We'll bring your right leg all the way up to the right side. Toes can spill off the mat. Again, option to lower down onto the elbows today. Or bring your blocks in. Your choice. See, as you're in this pose, perhaps if you can activate through the left quad muscle. We're pressing into the right foot, the toes, the top of the left leg. Still connecting to our core, our center. Pressing strong into the arms, whatever position you're in here. Awesome, and then from here, we're going to begin to set the blocks aside if you have blocks. Walk the foot in just a little bit, and then we'll slide it all the way around to the back to meet the left foot. And again, we're going to begin to make our way all the way down onto our belly, so activate through those arms first. Shift the body forward, lower down. Good job. Big inhale to draw the shoulder blades together and press up into Cobra. Exhale to softly lower the forehead back down to the ground. Slide the arms forward, bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders. Spread the hands nice and wide. Begin to activate, press away from the ground. Connect to your core, but also extend through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale all up through the mouth. Option to do lion's breath, sticking the tongue out here, your choice. From here, we're going to send the elbows nice and wide. Bring the hands beside the ribcage, press into them. Big exhale, send the hips all the way back to your child's pose. From here, you can begin to make your way all the way back upright. You can grab your blanket or a pillow and just find a kind of clear space beside a wall. So if you'd like, you can watch me first how to do this. We're just going to be bringing our blanket towards the wall. And then you're going to sit nice and close sideways towards the wall first. And then you're going to begin to bring your hands to the ground. We're going to sweep the feet up towards the wall and turn the body so that we're nice and close. And see if you can, if you didn't quite get there like I did today, if you can get your hips or your sit bones in a little closer to the wall here. And then you're just going to begin to relax into this pose. You can bring your hands onto your chest or belly, or down at your side. So I'll give you a moment to get into this pose. Begin to relax through the forehead, the eyelids, the jaw. I invite you to take one more nice full breath in through the nose. And let it all out through the mouth. Big exhale. From here, you can begin to bring the legs all the way down to the side. Make your way all the way back upright. And we're going to make our way down onto your back here. But before we do, you can have a blanket or pillow at your head. Option to either have If you have a bolster, this is really great pose with a bolster. If you don't, another option is to use your blocks. If you don't have either, you can roll your blanket and pillows and stack them up nice and high. So we're going to be going into our supported bridge. So we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. And then from here, whatever you're using as a prop, we want to just make sure that we have our feet in line with our knees. You can walk them in a little closer towards our sit bones. And then you can imagine that you have a block between the knees or bring one in. And then from here, we're just going to slide our props underneath our pelvis and lower back. So just take a notice of what height you want to bring the support in at. Again, you can bring pillows or blankets here to support underneath. And then hands are just going to relax, palms face down on the ground. Again, get nice and comfortable. Also, if the block is uncomfortable, you can bring a blanket over top of the block so it's softer, your choice. I invite you to take one more nice big full breath here. You can inhale in, big exhale out. You can come up high onto your toes and begin to slide your props or blankets and pillows out from underneath. And then from here, same thing. Option if you do have a bolster, to bring it lengthwise on the mat. We're going to be bringing the soles of the feet together and be lying back. So option to lie onto your bolster here. You can also bring your blocks in underneath the knees. And then to help support. And then arms can either rest on the belly or in a cactus or goalpost position. Or just down at your sides if you're on your bolster. Invite you to bring one hand onto your belly, the other over top of your heart. Take one more nice big full breath in here. Big exhale out through the mouth. Bring your hands to the outside of the knees. Begin to make your way to your Shavasana Pose. Feel free to bring any extra blankets or pillows in today. And once you get comfortable here, you can begin to allow your body to soften into the ground below it. Take a moment of self-appreciation for creating this time for yourself today. Creating this space for yourself. And honoring what you needed here. favorite.